there to Soul Passages Astrology. My name is Georgia Dempsey. I'm your astrologer, and I'm so glad you stopped by for your April forecast. I'm a 0 degrees Sag rising kind of gal, so I know what you guys have been going through. And I have to tell you that April is meant for you, baby. Revolutionize your creative spirit. This is the month, let me tell you. And it starts off with Venus in Aries, who will be lighting up your 5th house of romance, creative self-expression, and children on April 5th. Or, depending upon your date of birth, she might also be blazing a path through your 4th house of home. Either way, Sagittarius, you win because the planet of attraction is going to help you draw in that which you desire. And as a sister fire sign, she's likely to bring some sizzle in her wake. A new romantic partner could snag your heart. And with Venus in Aries, you may choose to leap before you look in the romance department. You could also be pouring energy into creative projects, finding unique ways to have your voice heard. Children could be charming right now too, though in Aries you might want to install a jungle gym to wear off all of that excess energy. Now, if Venus is couched up in your 4th house, you could be closing a sweet business deal by selling or buying a piece of property. This is a great time to decorate or fix up a place so that it has that sense appeal. Since I know many of you Saggies have just finished moving, this dance of Venus into your 4th house bodes well for your new digs. Gather your family around you, hang the home sweet home sign, and kick up your feet in joy. Mercury, the planet of communications, will be entering Taurus on the same day. Practical matters regarding your children or home business will have you plodding away if this planet happens to be chatting up your 5th house. You could also be sharing some romantic pillow talk with that new Aryan mate. Just saying. If the mercurial action is in your 6th house, you will find yourself steadily working on finishing up projects with bull-like persistence. Likely, you are one of those steady workers that gets piles and piles of stuff done through sheer effort, routine, and steadfastness, building your reputation over time. On April 7th, life is going to start to get pretty exciting, though, because there's going to be a new moon in Aries, and she is going to light your 5th house on fire. Uranus, the planet of revolution, will be revving up both your sun and moon. If I ever saw a symbol for a soul on fire, this is it, baby. The new age creative you is going to come busting out of the woodwork. You are ready to experiment with life and to take some risks. Unusual but exciting romantic partners could whisk you off your feet. Though the romance may not last, this heartthrob romance will be like a whirlwind. It's also possible that your kids could be acting out right now, for Uranus brings in excitable, revolt-like energy. Tattoos, dyed hair, goth clothes, well, that could be the least of your problems. So pay attention to what manifests as your offspring morphs through different developmental stages. Sudden prizes in the baby department are also possible. So if that's not intended, take precautions with that new Aryan cowboy you are pillow talking with. If your house of home is the one lit up by this electrifying new moon, you could be changing residences, moving to another country even, or going through some challenging changes within your family structure. Sudden epiphanies regarding your past or your upbringing could also land at your feet. As if this action isn't exciting enough, this new moon will also reignite the Pluto-Uranus square. Some of you will be forced to examine challenges from your value system because Pluto's sitting there in the second house in Capricorn. Others will be confronted with self-esteem issues. Do you have what it takes to step out of the plutocracy to start your own New Age business? Or do you feel there's no other way to make money but to kowtow to big corporations by working for the man? Pluto has been forcing you to unearth your talents and skills and to recognize your true worth. As much bad rep as he can sometimes get, he also wants you to bring spirit into form. Now, when these two planets clash in our charts, outworn structures in our lives are likely to collapse. And the purpose of that is so that they can be rebuilt in some more meaningful fashion. This could be your value system, your sense of self-worth, or possibly through the loss of some prized possession. Mars, the god of war and passion, will be marching backwards in Sagittarius in your first house. There, he's going to saddle up next to Saturn, the taskmaster, who is also moving retrograde. Lately, you've been coming to the truth of who you are, and these two planets want to anchor in that reality for you. There is a slight problem, however. With both planets retrograde, you have a desire to accomplish goals of selfhood, but the energy might not be there. You may also have been so buried in work lately that even Saturn is taking a hiatus. All of this backwards energy could leave you feeling slogged. That's my new word, slogged. Or rather blocked in every direction by obstacles, frustrations, and possibly ornery encounters with others. So patience is in order. Rather than pushing against all of these retrograde planets, why not take a chill pill instead? That's my best advice. The first house rules the body, and there's no sense bottling up negative energies or pushing against a brick wall that just won't crumble, at least not in April. This too shall pass eventually. On the 18th, Pluto, the god of the underworld, is going to start dredging backwards through your second house. Are you using all of your internal resources and skills to their max? Are other people trying to undermine you while chipping away at your self-esteem? What's really important in your life? An unlived life is a far bigger crime than showing up at the end slightly broke. Your spirit wants to come out. The question is, will you let it? Uranus wants you to nut up and go for it. All you need to do is believe in yourself. The sun will enter Taurus on the 19th, and that will light up your everyday activities, health routines, and job for many of you. If he falls into your fifth house instead of the sixth, you could be putting together a practical plan to spend time with that Uranian child to help him get over the hard patches of growing up. This could also be a good time to start pushing forward step by step with your new business plan. A full moon in Scorpio will be gracing the waters of your 11th or 12th house by the 22nd of the month. Expect emotions to run high because it just brings things to a point of culmination or being revealed. In the 11th house, this could shine a light onto your long-range plans, a friendship, an organization, or a dream you've been harboring. Spiritual matters or information regarding a frenemy who has been quietly working behind the scenes to cause you harm may also be revealed. In either case, you will likely be looking at the social contracts you have with the others in your life. And I say that because Juno, a powerful female goddess, will be riding right next to the moon, and she brings up issues not only of sexuality and marriage, but social contracts. She, like everybody else in the chart right now, is running retrograde. So it might be time to review the terms of a contract to see if they contain the clauses you need to engage. Maybe you're coming to the conclusion that it's time to rewrite some contracts or possibly sever them altogether. Juno normally is steadfast in her nature. She is, after all, the daughter of Saturn. But when retrograde, even this stalwart lady could decide it's time for a better deal, sister. On April 28th, Mercury will join the backwards party by going retrograde in your 6th house. You could be wondering if you've made the right decisions lately regarding work. This could also be a time when you're asked to rewrite, review, and redo any number of projects. Expect paperwork to get muddled and computers to crash. So, pay a little extra attention right now. In the meantime, just breathe. Venus will join Mercury in Taurus on the 29th. This brings some peace and grace to the situation, even if you are busy redoing half a dozen things. Be sure to enjoy the lovely environment that you have around you, and especially the friendship of coworkers who could brighten your spirit. If you've been taking things a little bit easier, as I've advised, you could also harness Venus to take a stroll outside and enjoy the spring flowers. Somehow things just feel kinder and sweeter when Venus is around. April for you, Sag rising, represents a revolution of your soul and possibly your value system. Your creative voice wants to be heard. The question is, do you have the guts to pull it off? I think you do. And at the very least, you sure will have fun trying. All right, world, I want to give out a huge thank you for all of the readings that I have been requested to give. I absolutely love this path. I'm seeing women go down really positive directions with their lives as a result of this. And if I can be a part of that, that is really awesome. As a part of good karma and building my business, I'm going to continue with my special of a $50 an hour reading till June 1. Contact information is at the front of the video. So if you are trying to birth something new and you need some coaching or mentoring or help, do give me a call. I would be thrilled to lend you a hand. Now, towards the end of March and maybe into the first couple weeks of April, if it takes me a little while to get back to you, it's because I'm in my Sag 2.0, revolution, reconstruction, and I'm moving across country. And that's going to happen here really soon. I'm trying to get my toes into some nice fertile soil in a spiritual place. I'm simplifying, and I'm doing it so I can work off of the north node of my moon. So just bear with me, and I will get back to you as soon as possible. In the meantime, I encourage you to check out some new videos I put up recently. There's one on Ceres, a very powerful female asteroid who kicks butt in our charts. Also another one with what happens if Ceres and Pluto start going head to head. All right, with that, my friends, I wish you an absolutely glorious and fun revolution of your soul this month. Take care.